Okay, good evening. My name is Pearce Clune, as Ryan said. So it's a great pleasure to be here to spend a little bit of time talking to you this evening about how mobility has really redefined consumer behavior, and some of the insights then which present opportunities for both us as vendors and the retail opportunity. Firstly and foremost, I think it's clear that right now Dell sees the current environment as a crucial time in the history of computing. If we look at mobility over the last 15 years, the development has actually been quite slow, up until 2010, when the major international mobile broadband infrastructure was built and the 3G networks were finalized. Once we actually saw that, it started a revolution. People started to think differently about the consumer computing experience and the potential for mobility within that. What happened was a couple of things. The first was there was an explosion of devices. As you can see here, last year we have shipped, as an industry, 1.2 billion smart devices. Within that, the devices are growing mobile broadband subscriptions at a very, very rapid rate. Again, GIA are saying that by 2017, there will be 4.27 billion smart devices, subscriptions in the world. That's one for every adult on the planet. Now, if you combine the network maturity along with the device proliferation, what that gives you is a massive opportunity in the personal cloud market. A personal cloud market where you can access content, where you can store personal content, and you can collaborate with cloud services. Again, if I look towards Forrester, they're estimating by 2018 that this space will represent revenue of $43.5 billion. That will give us a year-on-year growth of 45%. Okay, so within, as I said, the Forrester recommendations and the forecast, they're looking at 2018 as 43.5 billion. That's a huge, huge opportunity. So within that, that gives us a little bit of a view of what the new consumer is looking like. The new consumer is mobile, the new consumer is connected, and the new consumer is accessing the cloud. Now, that new consumer, when it goes to purchase a product, is literally got the ability to build perfect market knowledge. So that means that they can, before they buy a product in a store, they can find the device or the product, they can compare the product with other products, they can see user reviews of the product, they can actually check social networking and see likes of the product, and they can also look at expert reviews of this product. But not only are they using these devices to research before they purchase, more and more, and as Rudy said, you can see here in the Middle East, the online and purchasing habits are growing, and people are using these mobile devices to be able to purchase. Okay, so this sea change in the nature of computing since 2010 is having a big impact on retail, and also I think it gives a great opportunity for retail to see how it is that you actually react to this. This sea change is really driven by a new evolution, a new evolved consumer. Okay, now this is the consumer which we've never seen the likes of in the history of commercial consumerism and commercial commerce. Now, there's a lot of talk about consumerization of IT, but the reality is that's actually more the consumers behaving like enterprises. Now, if I look across this room, I'm sure that every one of you have got content stored across various different cloud and traditional storage sites. Now, your average new evolved consumer has got a complexity of network amongst its storage that is actually probably will rival most small businesses at this stage. Okay? So really what they're doing is they don't just use one device, they use multiple devices, and they use them across to access multiple content across multiple applications. And then they use this across multiple Wi-Fi and broadband networks. Okay? So with that, how does this change the computing environment? Well, firstly, mobility becomes a constant requirement. Secondly, because of the fact that consumers are now using multiple broadband and Wi-Fi networks, security is becoming an ever-growing concern. And the third thing is that now access to content is almost, or nearly, and I stress the word nearly, it's nearly ubiquitous. Okay, it means that nearly you can access it at all times and all places. And as a result of that, this is creating new behaviors, new patterns in consumer purchasing and in everyday life. So let's have a look at this new consumer picture. Multiple devices, hundreds of applications which they're using, cloud and on-premise storage, and security concerns. Now, frankly speaking, from a Dell perspective, this is the best evolution that we've seen in 20 years and gives us a massive opportunity. Today we see consumers are being limited by two things. They're being limited by devices and they're limited by operating systems. The limitation that they have on operating systems is because of the fact that they want to have the same experience at work and in play, and a lot of applications are not able to access both work and play within the same operating system from a BYOD perspective or from a work-life balance perspective. The second thing is that they're limited from a device perspective. We're limited from everything from CPU power to battery life to memory, etc. And these are limitations that consumers don't really want to have in their life today. So here's the opportunity. And this is where we see the Dell opportunity, is to do what we do best by enabling consumers computing via great products, to be able to create great products and bring computing into the modern age. So really this is allowing consumers to have solutions which allow them to grow and to thrive, okay? It's the marriage of both elegant design and superior functionality. And as a result of this, guess what we've done? Well, we've created the XPS range, okay? So the XPS range, I'm sure you're all quite aware of the XPS range, but I'll just talk a little bit about three of our products here. First one is our XPS 13 Ultrabook. Really thoughtful design, a fantastic product, machined aluminium, using carbon fiber as a base for lightweight plus heat dissipation, Gorilla Glass, high definition, full HD screens, really a very, very good, powered all the way up to Intel Core i7, which again has got a 23% higher CPU performance. Also from a graphics perspective, we're now twice as efficient and productive as our previous predecessor, where now we're using the Intel HD 4000 integrated graphics on this. But a great example of elegant design plus then full of power, which is great for both work and play. Another one is a newer version, which is our XPS 12 convertible. Again, it's a tablet plus a notebook. And again, you've got the fluid flip and flop design, the full Windows 8 suite, all the way up to Windows 8 Pro as well. Again, ideal for applications for both work and play. And one of the nice things about this is that from a view angle, you have a view angle of 170 degrees. So no matter for an entertainment perspective, no matter where you are in the room, with 170 degrees, you have full viewability of the screen. And again, we also use Intel Smart Connect technology here, whereby you're always updated, you're downloading your social media, your emails, your social networks are always updated, even when you're in sleep mode. Again, another great example of design, power, work, and play. And then the Dell tablets represented by the Dell XPS. Again, a Windows RT offering, fantastic for both work and play, where you have the full suite of Office, Home and Student 2013, plus you have all the apps that are required for both work and play. When it's docked, actually you've got 18 hours battery life on this. You have a full-size keyboard, plus then on the dock, it's clearly obviously touchscreen, and on the dock as well, then you have all your USB and HDMI ports. So again, it just shows a little bit of an example of where we are today, and then we'll talk a little bit about where we're going. So within this, we're bringing the form factors that really merge consumer experience and then the power of the traditional legacy PC, where consumers still expect to have that. So we've merged those together in these form factors. Okay, so good. So we're actually going one step further, okay? One step further in the personal cloud, okay? Within the personal cloud, I want to talk to you just for a moment about the Pocket Cloud from Dell. The Pocket Cloud is probably one of the most groundbreaking applications that I've seen in a very long time. This Pocket Cloud allows you to access any device in your personal cloud, be it PC, Mac, or any other OS, from any smart device. Okay, so you can access your desktop, you can open applications, you can access documents, movies, you can do whatever you want, regardless of which device you're working on. So do you remember a few moments ago I said that there was near ubiquity in access of content? With Pocket Cloud, we take away the near. So you really have true ubiquity of access, of content, of all your content on any desktop, on any device, at any time, anywhere in the world. So this is just, to me, a beautiful combination of the three elements together and really kind of driving this forward from an opportunity for all of us in this room. So now, we've got consumer-designed devices, which are thin, they're light, they're secure, and they're connected. Now, on the other hand, we have software, which allows access to all your content from any device in the world. But then let's talk about bring your own device, BYOD. Okay, so today, BYOD is enterprise data on a consumer device, which is not really great. It's hard to manage, and it's not secure. This new evolved consumer says, okay guys, I'm always on, I'm always connected, I have personalized content in my life through my applications and my different devices. I want to have the same consumer experience in my workplace, which today is not the case. However, if you look at the Dell portfolio of products, this gives the IT manager control back in his hands again. So with these devices, you can manage the device, you can secure your data, you can modernize your apps, and you can optimize your infrastructure. So as we move forward, if you take the whole BYOD paradigm, which is enterprise data on a consumer device, you turn it on its head, absolutely shift it and turn it the other way around, and you say you want a consumer experience on an enterprise device. Well, Dell is the only one who does this. And this is a great opportunity for all of us in this room, especially in the BYOD space. Dell takes the traditional strengths of bringing great technology to market with great reliability and applies this to evolve the consumer experience and thereby taking it to the next level altogether. So, in conclusion, I think it's a very exciting time for Dell. I think it's a very exciting time for the industry. I think it's a very exciting time for everybody in this room. We're quickly approaching where science fiction is now becoming reality. With access to all things at all time, we have full access to all information, to all people, and all content at all time. We are becoming access ubiquitous. In this future that I talk about, Dell and you as retailers have the opportunity to expand the business by giving these new style evolved consumers the devices and applications that they need to do more. Thank you.